Hey folks, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I will be talking about Selenium WebDriver's latest version release, that is 4.12.0, that comes with some additional features related to Selenium Manager. But before we move on to discussing the latest features of Selenium Manager, let's understand what is Selenium Manager. It is a binary tool generated using Rust that provides automated driver management for Google Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, and Microsoft Edge. Selenium bindings use Selenium Manager by default, so there is no need to download it or add its dependency in the project. It is still in beta, however, it is becoming a relevant component of Selenium. With the latest release 4.12.0, Selenium also offers capability to download the browser as well. So in 4.11.0, Selenium Manager offered the Chrome for testing support that allowed downloading the Chrome browsers, Chrome for using Chrome for testing and running the browser in the local machine if the browser is not installed there. With 4.12.0 version release, Selenium offers the capability to download and manage Firefox browsers as well. In the later section of this video, we will be checking out how automated driver management, browser management happens with Selenium Manager. So it is recommended to watch the video till the end. Coming back to the Selenium Manager part, with Selenium Manager in place, just use the following line of code to start the Chrome browser. WebDriver driver equal to Chrome driver. With Selenium Manager, in place, we don't require downloading browser drivers and using system.set property for setting browser driver binaries, WebDriver manager dependencies, setting environment variables for browser drivers or executables. With these features, Selenium Manager has made the life of test automation engineers more comfortable and easy. So let's talk about the latest features that have been introduced with regards to Selenium Manager in Selenium WebDriver. The first one is automated driver management that was added in previous version, that was 4.11.0. Automated browser management for Chrome using Chrome for testing that was added again in 4.11.0. Automated browser management for Firefox that is added in the current release, which is 4.12.0, and customizing the cache path for browser and drivers. This is also added in 4.12.0. How does the automated driver management work for Selenium Manager, which was added in 4.11.0 version? The first thing that Selenium Manager does in the background is it discovers the browser version. So Selenium Manager discovers the browser version installed on the machine where the Selenium tests are executed. Next, it using the browser version, the respective driver version, the browser driver version is identified by Selenium Manager. Once that version is identified, the driver artifact is downloaded using the driver version that was identified in the previous step. Finally, all the driver binaries are saved to the local cache that resides in the folder of your home directory. There's a folder created called .csche cache, and then inside that a Selenium folder is created where all the browser driver binaries are being saved, and it is used when the tests are run again for same browser driver version. So Selenium doesn't have to download the same browser driver version related binaries again for running the same test, which eventually saves a lot of time when the browser driver binaries are cached. Next, let's check out how Selenium Manager plus Chrome for testing does the automated browser management, and how actually it works. So first of all, the Chrome browser version discovery is done by Selenium Manager, where Selenium Manager discovers the Chrome browser version installed on the machine where the Selenium tests are executed. Next, using the Chrome browser version, Chrome driver version is identified by Selenium Manager. The Chrome driver artifact is downloaded using the Chrome driver version discovered in the previous step. Finally, Selenium Manager will download the Chrome browser with required version, and the point to note here is this will be done for Chrome versions that is 113 and above. Prior to that, Chrome for testing was not available, so this Chrome for testing won't work for versions below 112. The Chrome driver is then cached in the local folder that we checked previously. Like all CFT releases are downloaded in the folder called as, there's a folder called Chrome that is being created, and that is available in the home directory where .cache folder is generated. Inside that there's a Selenium folder, and finally a Chrome folder is created where all the automated browser management is done. When this browser gets executed, the Chrome for testing browser, the Chrome icon has a text written as test over it. So it's easily identifiable in that case. Next, let's learn about Selenium Manager plus Firefox and how does the automated browser management happen there. So Selenium Manager discovers the Firefox browser version installed on the machine where the Selenium tests are executed. Using the Firefox browser version, the Gecko driver version is identified by Selenium Manager. The respective Gecko driver version needs to be downloaded for running the test successfully, which is been done in this step. So next step, the Gecko driver artifact is downloaded using the Gecko driver version discovered previously. Finally, the Selenium Manager will download the Firefox browser with the required version that is needed to run the test. All the Firefox release binaries are saved to the local cache folder and it's the same path. The only change here is there's a folder created called as Firefox. Inside this folder, all the Firefox binaries are saved. Let's now move to the demonstration and check out Selenium Manager's automated driver management, Selenium Manager's automated Chrome management with Chrome for testing, Selenium Manager's automated Firefox browser management, and finally customizing the cache path for storing the download assets, that is the browsers as well as the drivers. I have created this Maven project and let's first discuss about the configuration part before we move on towards the test. So this is the pom.xml file. I have updated the dependencies for Selenium Java and TestNG. The dependency related versions are updated in the properties block here, 4.12.0 for Selenium Java and TestNG, it's 7.8.0. There are other respective plugins like Maven compiler, Surefire, etc. that have been updated in this pom.xml as well. One more thing to note here is I'm using Java 17 here. So that has been updated in the properties block as well. But ideally this code should work fine on the lower versions of Java as well. You need to make sure that you provide the correct Java SDK path while you set up the project. So I have created two tests here, one for running on Chrome, the other one for running on Firefox. The test is pretty simple. Like we will be instantiating the WebDriver object, and then we will be navigating to selenium.dev, that is the official website of Selenium automation framework, and then we will be performing an assertion by checking out the title of the website. So ideally it should be equal to Selenium, and then finally after the assertion is complete we will be querying the driver instance. So the same test is copied for Firefox. The only difference between those two tests is one will be running on the Chrome browser and the other one is for running on the Firefox browser. In the testng.xml, here is the test block that we will be using to run the test. We have included both of the methods here and the class is Selenium demo test that has been updated here. So let's quickly run the test and check out how it works. One thing to note here in the test is there is no path provided for the browser driver binaries, and also we are not using any environment variables as well. The only thing is we are just using this line of code here to start the browser. And once this line of code gets invoked, eventually Selenium Manager will be invoked under the hood and it will provide all the automated driver management part. So let's run the test now and check out the working. So the test on the Chrome browser ran successfully. Now on the Firefox as well, and we can see both of the tests passed successfully. Now one more part, like about the cache that we discussed in the earlier slides. So let's check out if the drivers have been saved to the Selenium cache folder or not. So we can see a Chrome driver and a Gecko driver, two folders out there. Let's check out the Chrome driver folder. Mac. And we can see that the latest version of the browser driver was downloaded and stored in the cache folder here. That is 116. The browser version that I have right now is 116. So it's 116.0 and the same browser driver version has been downloaded by Selenium Manager in the cache as well. Let's check out quickly for Firefox as well. So the version of Firefox that I have on my local is 117.0, and let's check out the cache folder now. The driver version for Firefox binary is 0.33.0, that is pertaining to this latest version of Firefox. So this was all about the automated browser management. Now let's move on to the next version where we discussed about automated browser management as well. So we just saw that the latest version of Firefox that I have is 117. Now let me try to run the test on by setting the Firefox version to 112. It's the same test that we ran previously, but the only difference here is we will be setting the browser version to 112. And similarly, for the Chrome, I have 116 version installed on my local machine. But let me check out for running the test by providing the version as 114 in the test here. So I have already created the test.ng XML. The only case here is I will be disabling the previous test and running the test where we have provided different browser driver versions or the browser versions as well. And we will be running the test on. Okay, let me run this test quickly now. So eventually it will take some time for the running the test on the first time, because under the hood Selenium Manager we discover the browser version, then it will download the respective artifact, store it in the cache folder, and then it will run the test. So we can see the icon as test having the word test over it. Let me check out what in the second test round. Test Firefox version. Oh, it's excluded here. Let me include this as well and run it again. So the version that we provided in the test was for Firefox, we have provided the version as 112. So it will, so as I have the latest version of 117, so ideally Selenium Manager will download the 112 version browser binaries as well as the browser driver, and then it will run the test. So that is the reason why it is taking some time to start the test here. So we will wait for some more seconds here, and the test should ideally start in some moment. We can see the blocks coming up now, and here is the Firefox running, and now the Chrome as well. So we can see in the logs as well that it started the browser using this path where it downloaded the 112 version of the Firefox binary, and similarly the driver path is been picked from this same cache folder as well. Similarly, we can see the driver path set for 114 Chrome driver, that is pointing to cache Selenium folder. The same for the Chrome browser as well, and it's pointing to the cache folder. So ideally, let's go ahead and check out these two paths as well. Let me clear this first. And we can see there are multiple folders created now, like Chrome, Chrome driver, Firefox, and Gecko driver. Let's check out Chrome here. And we have a Mac ARM folder created. Let's do an LL. And we can see 114 related binaries are being stored here. Similarly, for the Chrome driver as well, we can see there are two binaries. First, it downloaded the 116 version as it was not available. And then in the next run, when we ran 114 version, the test on 114 version, it downloaded the respective binaries as well. Let's go back and check out for Firefox as well. And we can see the 112 version binaries are downloaded and stored in this cache here. Now let's check out for the Gecko driver as well, because ideally when we ran the test previously, it was 0.33.0. Let's check out if we downloaded any other version for, no, it didn't download anything respective to the Gecko driver. So it ran on the same browser driver version. So this is how the automated browser and automated driver management is being performed by Selenium Manager. And ideally the binaries are stored in the Selenium cache folder. Now, let me quickly rerun this test again, because eventually when we saw, initially when we saw, it took some time to download the binaries. Now, since the binaries are cached, it should run in a real quick. And we can see the test running in a real quick. And this is the power of storing the like binaries or the assets, the browser as well as the respective browser driver versions in the cache. One more point, we saw that the binaries are being downloaded in the cache folder. Now this is the another part where we saw that the latest feature in 4.12 where we can customize the Selenium cache path as well. So let's check out how we can do that. So for doing that, we will have to create one toml config file, toml config file, that, and in that file, Selenium Manager will read that file, and whatever path is provided for the Selenium Manager cache storage, it will then download that respective cache and stored in that customized path that has been provided in the config file. So ideally, I have this config file created in the resources folder, and we have to provide this line only, like cache hyphen path equal to, and I'll be using this Selenium hyphen cache folder, Selenium hyphen cache folder here. Let me delete all these values from this folder for time now. And now we can see that this folder, let me start a new Selenium hyphen cache. We can see this folder is empty, and the path of this folder is users Faisal Khatri, and inside that we have a Selenium cache folder. So we will be providing the customized path which we generated here. Like, we have created a new folder inside the home directory that's named at Selenium hyphen cache, and I took out the path using the pwd command here. Let's just copy this and paste it in the file here. So the key value of the path should be like cache hyphen path, and then we need to equal to, and then we need to provide the actual path where we need to actually store the cache, for the Selenium assets. This se hyphen config file should be stored in the dot cache slash Selenium folder, and from there Selenium Manager will redirect the Selenium Manager will be redirected to store the cache downloaded assets on the respective new folder path that is being provided in this file here. So let me go to the cache folder. Inside this, we need to go to Selenium and then paste this file here. Okay. This file is the same as we just saw here. It just has cache hyphen path and then the respective value. That's it. Now Let's quickly run the test again. So we'll run this browser management test. The same test will be running again. So I'll just quickly run the testng.xml file here. And you can see it is taking some time to come up because because the cache folder has been uh, it is taking some time to come up because the cache Selenium folder path has been changed, and eventually it will check if there is already some assets downloaded for the respective browser driver versions. But since it did not find anything on the new folder path, it will download all the respective browser driver binaries and the assets to run the test successfully. So we can see that the Firefox test ran successfully. Let's quickly go to the folder, the new folder path that we just gave. This is the Selenium cache, and we can see that Firefox 112 version binary has been downloaded here, and we can see the Chrome also started, and we can see the Chrome binary is also getting downloaded here and stored here, and we can see it's downloaded from Chrome for testing, and that has a label test upon it. So this was about customizing the cache path. I'll want to show you one more thing, like with the 4.11.0 Selenium WebDriver 4.11.0, we can also provide the values in the browser version as dev, beta, and nightly for setting the Firefox version. Similarly, for Chrome, we can provide the values as stable, dev, beta, and canary. Stable ideally refers to the stable browser version, that is 116 currently that is been installed. Dev release refers to the browser version that would be upcoming. Dev refers to the browser version that is currently under development. Beta refers to the browser version that is up next, that would be rolled off and released. And canary refers to the nightly builds for Chrome. And all these browsers versions are downloaded using Chrome for testing. We can check out the dashboard here. So you can check out the recent versions of stable, beta, canary, and dev on this page here, where this Chrome team keeps on updating these versions on on regular basis, and there is a path provided for all the binaries to be downloaded. So ideally this stable version is 116, the beta would be 117, dev will be 118, canary is 118 with a different patch version as well, and there's a canary upcoming as well. So currently let me check out by running the test on the dev version here. So since I don't have this dev version, neither do I have the browser nor the driver installed on my machine. So both of these assets will be downloaded on the customized path that I have currently set using se-config.toml file. So ideally for Chrome, the dev version should be 118.0.59.7, 118. The dev version should be 118.0.5979.0. And let's check out by running the test now. So first it will run the test Firefox version test method, because that has been provided as the first test method in the testng.xml. If you can check here, that is why it is running it on the first now. After that, it will run the test Chrome version. So I think all the binaries have been downloaded and browser still downloaded as well, and ran the test successfully for Firefox. Now let's wait for some time for running the Chrome version as well. And you can see that the version are 118.0.5979.0 is been downloaded, and then the test ran on that versions. Similarly, for Firefox as well, 118.0 and then the 0.33.0 for the dev version. Let me also show you the page from where the binaries are downloaded, the browser as well as the driver related binaries are downloaded for the Firefox. So this is the page here where all the details related to the product details related to JSON API for Firefox are being stored. And using this page, Selenium Manager checks out for the respective version that we need to run the test on, and ideally downloads it. So this is the product details page. And if you check out the JSON file here, you'll find out all the respective version details have been mentioned here, and the respective browser drivers as well as the browser is downloaded for this for Firefox from this page here. That was all about this demonstration. I hope you found it useful and will be able to use it effectively in your automation test as well. Do keep watching this space for more such videos, and thank you so much.